Hey, it's Brian Burns, the host of the Brutal Truth About Sales and Selling podcast. I want to talk to you today about how to become great at sales and what makes a great salesperson. You can learn more about this on the podcast, but let's get into the show. Hey, guess what? The key is really to become more even keeled. Sales is a roller coaster. There's highs and there's lows, there's good days and bad days. And the problem is that we tend to let our emotions go with this. And once we do, guess what happens? We get unfocused, we get depressed, we get overly excited and ecstatic. The great salespeople show up every day, have a routine, have a system in place. What do I do on Monday? How is it different than Tuesday? What do I do in the morning, the afternoon? They schedule it out and they have a structure so that they don't get pulled into the roller coaster of death, I call it. You know, the quarterly thing where the quarter begins great. Hey, I'm going to make 300%. By the end of the quarter, you're basically at 50, 70%. This really distinguishes great salespeople from okay salespeople. Great salespeople understand the ups and downs, the summers and the winters, the seasonality of your business, and stay focused. Number two is you understand that the client isn't sitting there waiting for you to call. Yeah, some of them may call you, and they may be at different stages of their decision process. But most of your markets that don't even know you, don't even like you, don't even trust you, and don't even know about the problem that you solve. You've got to put yourself in their shoes. Understand, where are they in the process? What do they care about? So you have to become known. And you do this by adding value. Adding value is giving to them, not asking them, not pitching them. Yes, you can bring insights, but you got to understand you don't know what they don't know. And so when you bring something, you have to add value. You have to go at their pace. Then you have to build like. You build like by giving instead of taking. Don't be asking for time. Give them value. Give them insight and compliments. Give them information that they want to know about. Examples, customer testimonials, articles about their industry, case studies of how other people have solved a problem that you solve. And then you build trust with them. Then you can have a serious sales conversation. Most people skip all this and they go to the conversation. Can I get 15 minutes of your time? Can I give you a demo? But they don't even know why they would care. Great salespeople understand this. They take the time to build their network, to make their whole addressable market aware of what they can do to help them. The next thing is everyone first views sales as a maze. I don't know which way to go. I go left, I go right, I go straight. I don't know. Was I here before? Great salespeople map out their process. They understand stages. They understand that people can get stuck in these stages. They understand what's going to happen, what can go wrong, and they focus on preventing it instead of looking for the silver bullet to either avoid that stage or repair it once it's broken. Then people come up with a treasure map. Now, a treasure map is better than the maze in that they can see where the treasure is and they know where they are, and they can kind of prevent some of the bad things from happening, but it's too cryptic and too luck-based and too mysterious. What you want to do is make it more of a system. Try and take it from the scramble to a straight line. Now, this is what it really turns into if you don't prevent the things from going wrong. If you can prevent the things from going wrong, you can go straight through. And how do you do that? You learn from other people's mistakes. The mistakes that you're going to make have been made 100 times before, a million times before by other people. If you have to learn them on your own, it's going to look like this. It's going to be the squiggly line back and forth, may never get there. If you can learn from them, you can go straight through. And you got to understand that the client does not know how to buy. Their job is not buying. Maybe procurement is, but most people who have the problem that you solve don't know how to actually get it done. So either you do it or it becomes an example of the blind leading the blind. So you have to basically demystify this and guide your prospect through the process. So you first have to know what it is. How do you go from demo to close? There's probably a lot of stages. Managers have to get involved. Money has to be allocated. Other people have to approve this. How do you get them engaged before you give the proposal and then they go radio silent? So then you have to understand who really gets involved in your sale. What is their role? What do they care about? And they don't care about you. I'll tell you that right now. Surprise, surprise. They do not care about you. They care about them, their company, in that order. And you have to sell that way. And they will buy emotionally and justify it with logic. So focus on the emotion, how you're going to make their day better. Finally, you got to prevent the deal from getting stuck. The natural state of a deal is to get stuck. And you can either try and repair it, try and get the little puppy out of there, or you can keep the puppy away from the fence that he's going to get stuck in. It's up to you. This is where your deals get stuck every stage of the way. Clients will lie, mislead you, steal your time, and then go quiet on you. You have to prevent that. Understand that it's going to happen unless you prevent it. Want to learn more about the complex sale? Subscribe and rate and review the podcast, The Brutal Truth About Sales and Selling, available on all podcasts. My book, The Maverick Selling Method, is free in PDF format. By writing a review, just email it to me. I'll put all the instructions in the show notes. Thanks for listening.